My name is Courtney Smith, and I'm an intern at Arizona State University. I'm about to start my last semester of social work. I am more interested in advocacy and the political aspect of social work, and as I was anxious to start, I decided I was going to start this channel about diversity and oppression and different forms of discrimination that people face every day. I want this place to be somewhere where we can dialogue about some of the issues that each person faces and learn. Like, this is about education, about different populations and different forms of discrimination, so you can always recognize discrimination when you see it. And I also want us to learn how we can combat that discrimination and maybe make a little bit of a difference in our lives. And I want it to be a support system for people who have experienced discrimination or who know someone who has and they just can't get over it. I want us to be able to support each other and have this community. And also, it's about learning how to be an advocate and a call to action. So maybe there are populations here that don't really interest you, but then there is a population that you're really interested in and you don't know how to help. I want it to be a way for you to learn how you can help. So a little bit about myself. I've always kind of been interested in politics, but I had a very skewed idea about discrimination. I thought that for me there is only one race, and that's human, and sexual orientation, gender expression, disability status, like, it doesn't matter to me. If you're a person, you're a person, I'm gonna respect you. But the issue is I refuse to accept the fact that people were still discriminated, like, based on their race and their gender and any other status that's considered vulnerable, because I had never experienced it, and everyone told me, oh, you've experienced at least sexism because you're a woman, but honestly I hadn't. People have always been nice to me, and if they're mean, there's a reason they're mean. And so I couldn't wrap my head around discrimination. But this past semester, my first semester of internship, I interned with a Native American community, and it really opened my eyes to the issues that are still faced today. And the one experience that was really harrowing to me, and it just makes my blood run cold every time I think about it, was a woman who was one of our clients. She had to go to the hospital, and the Phoenix Indian Medical Center transferred her to Banner Baywood because they couldn't help her there, and she was very sick. It looked like it was touch and go there for a while. Her creatinine levels were sky high, and it seemed like her kidneys were shutting down. And we went there and we got the proper release of information signed so we could talk to her doctors, and they were gonna discharge her the next day. And we were asking her, we were like, do they have a plan of discharge for you? Has anyone come and talked to you about what's going on? And she was like, no one really has come and talked to me. And it didn't sit well with us. So we went to the social workers on the floor. They were like a couple doors down from her, and they didn't even know her name. They didn't know what was going on with her. They hadn't gone over any kind of discharge plan with her. And it was really sickening because she didn't have the resources to take care of herself, and we needed to find out how to help. But they didn't even know her. And it sat bad with me because as social workers, we're supposed to be the exception. Like, it's not supposed to matter to us, but it did. And my fellow intern, my friend, she said that this woman was probably being discriminated against due to insurance status, but I think that she was being discriminated against, like, because of insurance status, but also because of the fact that she was a Native American, and kind of assumed that she had everything taken care of, and she didn't. Like, all the stereotypes you hear about the government paying for everything, they're stereotypes. And so they didn't care about her. And I didn't know what to do. I was paralyzed in fear, in shock, and my blood was just pooling in my veins. It wasn't even moving. Like, I was just a stone. I didn't know what to do. And we had another social worker with us because you are supposed to go out with a social worker, and she was like, she sprang into action. She was like, this is disgusting. You're supposed to know. You're supposed to be better than this. You're supposed to be social workers. Like, this whole hospital, they don't care about anyone who's Native. Like, if I ever come in here again and this happens, like, you need to fix this. And it kind of, she's like my advocacy role model because she always stands up and she's not afraid to get in your face, which I think is important for people who can't speak up for themselves or have some problems. So that's how I got interested in advocacy, and this is another reason that I wanted to start this channel, was so that we could talk about issues that may arise. Like, what do you do when you see someone being bullied or discriminated against based on like something that they can't control, like their skin color or even their religion? You shouldn't discriminate against people for how they look in any way, because I really do believe that each person deserves respect just for being a person. And that's why I'm hoping to really have a nice forum here. I'm going to have interviews from experts in both the field of social work and, if I can get it, other fields, to see some of the issues of discrimination that can be faced and what they recommend doing. And I'm also gonna see if I can get people from certain populations to see like the personal stories, like what they faced and how they feel like a normal person, or like a person on the outside of that wouldn't, I shouldn't say normal, I'm so sorry about that, but a person on the outside of the population wouldn't know, like, how can we help them? How can we make sure that they are not being discriminated against? And even if that means changing some of your ideals within yourself, it's a step in the right direction. And I also want it to be a place where people, like I said before, who have experienced discrimination can come together and work towards making a difference. And finally, I'm going to start this segment, which I'm calling Crusaders of Equality, both past and now. So we can learn about what they did in the past and who they were, and then how we can make that now. And then also learn about the people who nowadays are making a difference, and see if there's anything that we can do to help. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. And I promise to update as quickly as I can. So please rate and comment and leave any questions or comments that you have, and I will try and get back to every single one of you. Thanks, have a great day.